Last year, most people were talking about deals that were possible between ISPs and labels, and now it seems like the whole thing is being forgotten about. Even though the labels are still suing and still losing money by suing people in Spain, they're suing they're suing the Pirate Bay, and in France they're trying to spend millions of dollars trying to create a technology that allows people to be tracked and to be stopped. Do you think that there will ever be a change of heart? And if so, do you think the chart that Chris provided at the start of the session will change? Because if then there will be a licensing model or a monthly fee from ISPs, then the whole music sales thing will go in a different direction.
Well, I think that's a great final question, and I will be very candid with you. I remember so clearly being here about a year ago and being so shocked at all of the enthusiasm and excitement about the potential for pairings or cooperative efforts among ISPs or carriers and music companies, because that was not all of the buzz last year in North America. It was all of the buzz about 4 years ago in North America, and those talks came to such an immediate bad outcome. And they ended in such acrimony that there is nothing like a conversation to be had between a carrier and a music company. Carriers are still taking meetings with Hollywood in North America. They're still talking they're interested in feature film, they're interested in television. There is no real open dialogue between music companies and carriers in North America anymore. And I just really sincerely hope that that's not the blueprint for these discussions around the world. That's the only context that I have and that I know. But I will tell you, I was so surprised and impressed about a year ago at the climate. And I remember telling you as I walked into London Calling, this is unbelievable to me. It's like stepping onto another planet, because I've just come off of an airplane from a place where music companies and carriers won't even be in the same room together. And now it's a year later and maybe we're somewhere in between.
On that point, yeah, it is interesting. I think credit due to Fergal, Sharkey and UK Music by having one voice which can hopefully work out a solution to all of this. What might that solution be? What works in other countries, and Peter at the very start talked about France, might not necessarily work here. And in Spain, they've introduced levies, visible levies to the consumer on CDRs and the like. And the consumer feels resentful for this because, I don't burn music. It's not me that you should be aiming at. And the reaction is, well, I'm going to have to pay the levy. I want to burn as much music as I like. And their music industry, the recording music industry, is about roughly half in the space of 5 years. It's in real trouble. And so, be careful about what works in other countries as to what you might think would work here. Culture matters immensely. And finally, one final point is not to be thinking about the cost of piracy in terms of one-track stolen music sales being lost. A little bit of abstraction might help here. Put it this way, if we didn't have this huge black market swashing around, how much more successful would some of the great sites that we've got, the legal ones, the ones like eMusic and Spotify, be had it not been for that black market? It's just a little twist to the thinking, but I think it helps approach this problem. How much more people would eMusic have? How much more people would Spotify have had it not been for that, or We7 even, had it not been for that black market there? Because these sites, which are trying to do a good job, are essentially competing with free.